Number 1. Dominic walks into school one particular morning and notices that his first hour's door is locked. He sees all his classmates in there talking to each other. He knocks on the door and they all stop and look at him. After a menacing, awkward, slightly disturbing 5 seconds, the kids go back to talking and don't let him in. Dominic knocks about 5 more times, seeming like after every knock was a longer pause of silence. He decides to find his teacher, Mrs. Hillman, to let him in, but she isn't anywhere in the building. In fact, while looking for her, he saw absolutely no one. Class hadn't started until 6 more minutes, which meant most people would still be outside of their rooms talking to their chumps. He goes to the principal's office. No one. He goes back to knock on the door again, but notices that no one is in there anymore. Swoosh from behind. A bag flies over his head in darkness, complete darkness. He is rolled into some sort of chair to an unknown area of the building. Once he gets there, he sits there not knowing what to do. Not able to see, nothing was happening. There weren't any noises in the room he could hear. He thought he'd gone deaf until he heard a door slowly open and footsteps slowly walk to the side of him. He was breathing very hard now. After all this had gone down, he just now realized that his arms were cuffed to the chair. He strained to break free, but just couldn't. He hears a voice. There's no way your arms could break those handcuffs, even if you're ripped like The Rock. That voice sounded familiar. He thought it was one of his friends like Kyle or Jackson, but just the way the person said The Rock made it sound feminine. The person ripped off the mask and revealed who it was. Dominic was surprised who it was. He had barely even talked to this person. It was Jacinda. She had a long, deep smile that somehow made you feel empty and alone. You know, I just don't understand you sometimes. I just don't understand. Dominic knew what she was going to say and cut her off. They just aren't funny to me. It's not that big of a deal. Jacinda did her smile again. So you haven't broke free from that curse you're under, huh? Well, we know how to fix that. That's when Dominic knew what was about to happen. He strained much harder now, hoping that he would at least pass out before having to watch the crap show that would scar him for life and possibly kill him. She snapped. It was time. Everyone from Kappa ran into the room into a line. He screamed in terror. This was it. Each Kappa kid quoted and acted out their own unique favorite vines. Dominic screamed louder than he ever knew he could. That's when 2 curtains came up, revealing that Kyle and Jackson had also been tied up, forced to watch this show from heck. Soon after, Ethan Kane quoted, "We'll look ahead." Blood started to pour out of Dominic and his friends' mouths. They eventually bled out, and their bodies were saved for V2. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out the channel that submitted this story, Panic Waffle, and make sure to subscribe to Top Ones.